These ladies are breezing out on our balcony. And this is what they are looking at. Chairs are blown in to the pool. Another one has just gone. Those chairs are blowing off of that patio and falling right into that pool. There they are, down in the pool. And then we look right out onto the sea from here to Waikiki Beach, beyond those buildings. On the other side of that building. No, the sun will set right down in the west. Looking out to the east from our balcony. We're going to look right over to Diamond Head. We have two visitors here. They come to see us. I don't know if they want food or what they want, but they're right on our balcony.
west of the Arizona. Was that a destroyer?
Oh no, heavy cruiser. Praise the Lord.
Yeah, go look it up. You owe it to yourself to see our museum.
She was protected by more than 8,000 tons of armor plating.
The Admiral on his flagship as he leads his squadron into action. The mythical battle ordered by the signal.
Her 14-inch guns could fire a shell 20 miles. In war games and exercises, she looked invincible. But the Navy was soon to learn that the age of the battleship was at an end. The age of the aircraft carrier had arrived. One man who knew it was Admiral Isoroku Yamamoto, Commander-in-Chief of the Japanese Combined Fleet. Though opposed to war with the United States, Yamamoto believed that if Japan wanted to seize the European colonies in Southeast Asia, the U.S. fleet at Pearl Harbor would have to be knocked out first.
Was never abandoned. In 1949, the Pacific War Memorial Commission was established. In the years following, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back aboard. A friendly reminder that there is now a Gulf
I have no rancor in my heart towards Germany or Japan. None at all. And I...
music played by the hillbilly band. Highland Mountain rhythm, good old mountain rhythm, played by the hillbilly band. Now you have a sings on the beach of Wacky. You can't hear it, you must be wiki, you must be wacky. Highland Mountain music, good old mountain music, played by the hillbilly band. You Hawaii sings on the beach at Refuge wacky. You can't hear it. Must be wiki, must be wacky. Highland Mountain music, good old mountain music, played by the hillbilly band.
The Twin Falls, Okapaco, one of our bus people.
time is more of the avocado fruit that are in season, which at times, as we go by in different areas, you'll take notice that there's avocado trees hanging on the highways. And that is some of the fruits that are in season at this time. And more of the citrus fruits that are also in season. Back in the olden days, the how tree, the Hawaiian people used the how trees because the trees or the branches are so fragile that they'll take the bark from the how tree and braid it. And that's how they used to make horse whips from the how tree. Where you take the river boats up to the Fern Grotto. Where I'm dropping you off, that's where the bus is going to be when you get back. Remember, there is going to be lots more buses parked here. So your bus number is bus 203. It's found on the bus, on the front of the bus, or on the outside, on the top of the door. And my name's Grace. Okay?
Christmas around, sister got the flowers for a lady. Brother was here all the day. Soon the music boys began to play. And we all in all my name. Got you at the Christmas around. Really my got you at the Christmas. But
through the snow and the white horse open sleigh. Oh, the fields we go, that feel all the way. Bells on Bobtail Way, making spirits fly. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleigh song. Everybody now, jingle bell, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one horse open sleigh. Jingle bell, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Don't like me. Now they have to go on the other boat over there. All you folks on the right-hand side here, please watch your hands and arms as we pull all away from the pier, please. Okay? Hang on to your seats. The barks of these trees were stripped and dried and then woven into strong and sturdy ropes, salad bowls, candy bowls, bracelets, earrings.
Oh my, look at me. So are you going to be married?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're going to get married again?
Yes, after 50 years, get married again.
Took a long time.
shopping on this island, there's no major parking problems like you find in Honolulu or maybe a big town. Also speaks of the loveliness of this island, and it is known as Mandatory Weather. Okay, as you see, we are coming into the landing at the marina, and we want you to keep your arms and elbows in the boat for safety. And whoever brought this cold wind with them, please take it home. This is, my fingers are frozen already. Now, we'd like to give a token of appreciation to the family.
Where's Grace? Hello, Grace.
So we can send more people out that way, but they should be coming out. So this is also a great spot to go to. Traveling okay now down from the chin to the nose and to the forehead, this area up in the face. The whaling boat is the harbor of Kona. You find the waterfront very beautiful. It's one tree with roots that just hanging straight on down. It looks like all separate little trees coming up around it, which is actually only one tree. Absolutely beautiful. Next to the big banyan tree, it's usually kind of like a marker. It's kind of like a land marker where you want to position yourselves if you want to be back in the tree or if you want to be somewhere else. The banyan tree is away from
A mountain that is very seldom seen. Always raining.
the Pauly now is the former Gold Coast capital of Maui. A little bit farther up on the map from Ohio. The former Gold Coast capital takes 2 hours one way to get there from Kauai. Traveling up to Haleakala, you're going to find some good old Paniolo or cowboy western towns. You're going to find a place called Aloah and a place called NW.Ohahu. These are great towns for you to go to. They're not very touristy-oriented towns. They're little mom-and-pop shops, great places for you to travel on up to if you like to have a bite to eat. And Maui is very famous for some of the beautiful plants and flowers.
owned by the American Vectors Corporation. So when we can see the operations here, where they process the brown sugar, they make it into bulk sugar. The juices is turned into brown sugar, then they crystallize the juice to brown sugar, and then it's then shipped by bulk over on the ships to the West Coast, to San Francisco. That's the process that we do for over 100 years. This is the machine here that they process the dehydrated juices to brown sugar, to the solid state, and they ship it. And they unload the sugar on the sugar stock. That's the main so the sugar operations is quite a lengthy operation. Back here to the left, you see the precious water that's coming down to the directly ahead. That's where we get most of our fresh drinking water and water to irrigate the sugar fields. The 4 pineapple fruit from each plant. It takes an average of 20 months before they, depends on the season. They might be able to get the size and weight. It weighs anywhere from 8 to 15 pounds. Some of the first pineapple grow pretty huge at 13 months. And after they harvest the first pineapple fruit, simultaneously when the thing is growing, they have a next small size that's ready to be, that's coming out. So after they harvest the first, in other words, next pineapple plant is just, the first pineapple fruit that we're going to harvest. So it grows in stages. So the noodles called Saine, and of course you see the woman officer here, coffee. And this is a town, it's a little rustic town. Right now it's sleepy, a little sleepy, but it takes some time here. Hang loose. That's the gesture here in the islands. Everybody just take your time, don't hurry. Get there safely. This is rustic town. So they have a beautiful parade that goes through here every 4th of July, and it's a great cowboy town. The horses are, parade up here. And it's one of our favorite bakeries here. They take some of the finest cream puff. You know the cream puff? Field puff? Yeah. And bread. They take some finest bread. And this is a historical town. There's the Italian restaurant to the right, Casanova's to the right, and Polly's on the Big Island, and Honolulu, our capital city. Of course, capital island is Oahu, capital city. There is Honolulu, and of course you can see right here. There will be a nice. Some of you have your setup. So here is part of the grazing for dairy. This is where you graze cattle. For cattle, for dairies, and we do it below Makawa. So this is a brand new upcountry area that's going to be taking the place of the old Maui Heights. Costco, utilizing that Pacific, beautiful forest up there. We have cabins up there, camping areas up in the mountainsides up there called the Poli Poli Spring Park. And cabins out there, beautiful, up at 6,500 foot level. Facilities here, restroom. We'll be there for the next 20 minutes, guys. Enough time for you to take some pictures of this. That's Kingo Copiers, Windsurf Shop back to the right, yes, and these are some of the shops here. The new older shops here to the right, and this is the new shops they're building back here to the left. Back here to the left. Price of gasoline $1.89 to $1.99. Giving you time there. There's a high school upside of the mountain to the right called Lahaina Luna High School, public high school. And still the flooding. Still you see some of the remains of the water that's trapped water that we had heavy rains out here. These are the apartments. Yes, here to the left. Apartments prices start from $575 a month and up to $700 a month. Depends on how many rooms you want. One bedroom trees here. These are called the Hayden mango trees. These are the Hayden mango. Pretty huge, they go pretty tall. During the summer, that's when they get most of the fruits. That's when they bear fruits during the summer months from early May up to September. At this time, unfortunately, we don't have any mango. There's few trees that does have the American history since 1831. Lahaina Luna Public High School, back up there to the right, goes up to the 25-foot elevation. Beautiful scenic view overlooking the town, Lahaina. So we're going to be making a left here on Papalua Street, and we're going to show you up the shops from one end to the other. So give you an idea of where you want to go and have lunch or, shop. But they're more up in town. So this is one end of the town. We're going to go from right to left. So we're showing you Hilo Hatties. Yes, so this is Lahaina town. So this introduction to the town. McDonald's is located way back down here.
These are pretty large bunions. Here, they make a way up back on the high main street here.
We to our capital town of Wailuku at this time. And here you see all of those huge boulders, piles of rocks out there. You see all those piles? Anybody have any idea how they got there?
Farmer dug them up.
Yeah, that's right. They dug them out all under the sugar fields. So rather than hauling away, they stacked it up all in huge piles of rocky bottom. So you can see how much rocks is available out here. So they're taking most of them out and piling up rock piles out there. That's the SSIndependence yellow siren box back there to the left. They sound it off every first of each month. Make sure it's in working order for natural disasters like hurricanes. So hurricane is not too common here in the island. So 1992 was our first experience of that hurricane Iniki. Just after a week and a half after Hurricane Andrew devastated Florida. You left northwest from the south, coming from the south, from the right, and it veered off to the northwest, back in the back of us, to the island of Kauai. It's there. It leads up to that historical landmark of Iao Valley, back in the West Maui Mountain, in the middle of the archaeological site, sacred burial sites of the ancient Hawaiian people there. And it's uninhabited right now, nobody lives there, so they're going to be hiring contractors and hiring some of the workforce, hiring laborers, you know. They're going to be paying $17 to $18. Out here we do have some of the sand crabs and seashells that can be found out here. Not huge, not, you know, large seashells. Most of the North Shore and the South Coast, they do have more of the seashells. So it's going to take a few more days before the chalk in the water will settle out here. And next, sometime during the week that's coming, during the weekdays that's coming ahead, we're going to might have some few more rain down the road. So while you're on a big island, you might experience some rain there, light showers. But today we got some mid temperatures about 83 degrees. Things on it, cars, materials, taking it from island to island. Average plane fare is about $100, and they do have specials during the different seasons. Anywhere, you know, those 4 seasons, so the prices do go up and down. Price around that price. Take a 40-minute ride over to the Big Island of Hilo. The Big Island, Kauai, and you're landing in the capital city there, Hilo. It takes about 19 minutes to fly to Oahu from Maui, covering the 120 miles. So we do visit the family and friends, so they live, you know, they spread out. When the sugar fields closed down here at the beginning of the 1890s, that's when the sugar most of the people moved out from Maui, and in fact on the other islands. So most of the people that lived here, they moved to the West Coast, California. So today, that's where most of the relatives live, in the state of California. Kaho'olawe, and it's called Canadian grapes, the red Canadian grapes. That's what they have in the process, the red wine. They do have the white wine and pineapple wine. That's one of the, it's called the Splash. So here, the golf course, that's the Sandalwood Golf Course. Back here to the left. The clubhouse back there to the left. So, beautiful scenery. It's nice and green at this time of year. So if you do want to get something in the shop there, you know, spend a few minutes, you can take, you know, you might want to buy golf. back there, the red roof with the it was quite outrageous. A lot of people. That's why you see a lot of empty store. Most of the affordable ones at $230,000. But don't let the prices scare you, you know. So you can have your preference of purchase any size of home. Don't have to be so immaculate or huge or you know. So we're entering the capital town of Maui called Wailuku. Spelled capital W-A-I-L-U-K-U. And the word translated means the troubled water or the blooded water. That's where the battle took place in the mountains. All Wailuku. All Wailuku, historical Wailuku town. More of the giant trees here. They're planted, you know, quite some time ago. And school just over. For the day, traffic directors, volunteers, some of them the elementary school, public elementary school here, building code. This is where you get your building codes, your building permit to build homes, whatever you have, permits that you have to get while we county government. That's where you pay your refuse. You can mail it in back to the county building and the board of supervisors when they have the meetings. And old courthouse built to the right. What kind, how high, what, you know, not the color though, except for the color. So that's the federal building in there, the state building we just passed, official building, state official, only townhouse condominium on Maui, right now in Wailuku, the main, right back there. Historical town, this double, you know, 4 5-star units, okay, apartment. That's the town here to the left, Kahului, Wailuku to the left, that's where I grew up in the middle of the town. Did a lot of shoe shining back in the late, 50s, early 50s, 51 and 52. Lots of military people were here, you know, serving the military, so I did shoe shining up and down. So that was a great adventure. Empty shops here, right? So what's going to happen? What's happening? They're going to move down to Kahului. You've probably seen those huge shops I mentioned to you earlier when we're down in Kahului, close to the airport. This is building here to the right. Christmas trees sold under that tent to the left. This is the largest supermarket of this town, Oahu.
Japanese?
Yes, Japanese owners, of course, managed by his wife. He's the owner who passed away. The president, he passed on homes out in this town. So when I was attending high school, we used to walk over this bridge down to the high school that I went to. I did it here called Baldwin. Henry from Baldwin High School. Our bowling alley. So bowling alley here to the left. 20 lanes. Does have automatic team setting machines. Our Army Reserve Training Center to the left. 411. This is the outfit that belonged after Grotta here. The 411 company, the engineering outfit. Back here to the right, you see the large building, that's the General Hospital called the Maui Memorial Hospital.
We'll stop again on the way back down. It seems that it's much easier to see it from the other side of the road. So, we'll try again on the way back down. This tree right here on our left, this is an avocado tree. You see a few of the avocado fruit up there in that tree.
The needle. I told you what went down would have to come up. And, right up there to the top of that. The lookout.
Rich, that's his hair.
JFK.
I need to borrow his
yard and take a picture.
I think the postcard is still circulating back then. The postcard usually helps.
I got rocks.
On the left, we see the Chinese garden. And the statue you see there with the lay around is the upper torso of Dr. Sun Yat-sen, the father of modern China. He directed the Chinese Revolution of 1910 from his home, right? Portuguese garden here on the right with the tile work and the traditional stone oven making the Portuguese sweet bread. I'm a direct descendant of Portuguese. My great-grandparents came over from Portugal to work in the cane field. My grandfather actually designed that oven by the design by his name on it. On the left, we see the Philippine gardens and the bamboo style of the house. The bus down toward the left, actually up the front of the bus and turn left. We'll find the Hawaiian gardens out there. The Hawaiian.
This oven was designed by our bus driver's father. There's the Chinese garden. Thank you. Still alive?
No. Died in 89, I believe it was.
Are you all enjoying yourselves?
Yes, we are.
Oh, you are?
Have a little backup generator in there.
This is the blue area, the one that we make into a lane. As I said, the peak in the red doesn't smell you. It does have a little bit of a fragrance. I think.
So, what's this?
African chili.
African chili.
Has a squirt gun down here.
You squirt it, it smells like a skunk.
Yeah.
See the arrow roots as they come down, they look like a rock. Top of which we stack with tree grass and different kinds of leaves. Just
Nor is rock like that.
With the white railings here, there's two guys are working in the field there. That's taro.
Thought it was taro that we're planting. See taro?
That's the taro that we make the poi. Probably you went to the wall last night.
In the water.
Try the poi.
people would use the sweet sap of the sugar cane to mix with their medicines to make it taste better. Today, sugar is a very important crop here in Hawaii, for it now accounts for over 42% of its agricultural production. The planting of our fields are done by first cutting young stalks of the sugar cane into 2-foot sections and then planting them into a rich volcanic soil, Unene Mill, located only 5 miles from here. Once taken to the mill, the stalks are ground and processed into raw brown sugar. Raw brown sugar is then shipped to the C&H Sugar Company in Crockett, California, where it is refined, packaged, and distributed nationwide. About 25,000 plants to each acre. Each one is hand-planted as well as hand-harvested. Now, there are many types of ferns growing here in Hawaii and throughout the world. I believe none can be compared to Hawaii's hapu'u, or tree ferns, located here to your right. Native to Hawaii, these trees are found growing wild in our rainforest areas, reaching heights of 16 to 35 feet in height and 15 feet in circumference. Some can measure a growing spread of 24 feet. Locals prize these trees for ornamental use in their gardens and yards. Our early Hawaiian people used to eat the young and open fronds, which grows from the center of this plant. This is called pepe'e, and in Hawaiian, pepe'e was a wonderful source of food that contains almost pure starch. This resource was eaten during famines. The young frond stems are woven into hats, also known as papale, and the pulu, or hair of these trees, were used to dress wounds and to stuff mattresses and pillows. In the mid-1800s, pulu was gathered extensively, and it was sold as stuffing. Now, perhaps Hawaii's best-known flower are the vanda orchids. We've been growing these beautiful orchid flowers here in the islands of Hawaii ever since 1893 in commercial hothouses. Today, they are grown extensively for Hawaiian lei making. Vandas are possibly the only orchid in the world that is sold by the pound rather than by the single flower. The vanda orchid plant is not a very attractive plant, but its lavender or purple blossoms will bring out the beauty in them. We're now in the growing process of planting our very own vanda orchid garden. We'll be seeing more varieties of orchids at the end of our tour in our tropical nursery. Moving along here to our right, we come upon our tea leaf garden, spelled T-I, and not to be mistaken for the drinking tea. In ancient Hawaii, the red tea plant was used to extract red dye. Today it has no other use than ornamental. The green tea plant, however, has more diverse uses such as hula skirt making, lei making, whether they be braided, twisted, or shredded, and also in cooking, for example, the lau. This is a dish consisting of raw fish, pork, or beef, along with the Hawaiian ocean salt and taro leaf, wrapped tightly in 2 tea leaves and steamed once before they dry. They're also related to the banana or misa family. And a blanket of trees coming up in front of us. These trees are called the billy trees. They do grow to heights of 60 feet if left to grow naturally. In Hawaiian, billy means to twist or turn. So as you look closely to their branches, you may find that they naturally intertwine, symbolizing love or friendship. To your right, this fruit has many names. It is called the star fruit, carambola, star apple, or the 5-finger fruit. It does get its name because of its 5 wedges like the 5 points of a star.
Star fruit trees?
These are Malaysian trees, but they originally came here to Hawaii from India and China. These trees will average 20 feet in height and will take 3 years to bear its very first fruit. There are usually 2 crops each year, with the best season being September through January. At this time, folks, we'll be having a short stop in our tour. Once the sun comes.
Now we're in an ideal spot for the coconut demonstration because we have coconut trees or neo growing throughout the Aupapuhi Grove. There's basically 3 stages to a coconut. The first stage is the green stage, which is this coconut here, and the ones on the tree behind us right here. Now the meat on the inside of a green coconut is usually thin and custard-like and was fed to the children in early Hawaii because they had an easy time chewing and digesting on the meat. Also in one green coconut there could be up to 16 ounces of coconut water, and for that fact a lot of green coconuts were taken on long voyages over open ocean just in case the Polynesian people ran out of fresh water. They could drink the water from within the green coconuts. They also last up to 6 months. Now the second stage of a coconut is the golden or yellow stage.
That's the stage you never want to park your cars, take long naps, or do anything under because they tend to fall weighing 5 to 18 pounds each. The meat on the inside of a golden coconut is thick, matured, and sweet, and favored mainly for grating and making coconut milk. Now, out of one golden coconut, you only get a half a cup of coconut milk depending on the size of the coconut. Okay, the last stage of a coconut is this brown dried up coconut. This is the only coconut allowed for export because the fibers on the inside are all dried up, and the green and gold tend to have wet fibers and they can harbor insects and bugs.
That's what you were asking.
It depends on the variety of the coconut. There are over 1,000 varieties of coconuts located throughout the world, and they will depend on switching stages from green to golden to brown every 2 to 6 months. So no shorter than 2 months, no longer than 6.
How long for the green coconut?
That's what.
Oh, I thought you said from the green to this.
It depends on the variety. So if you have a Samoan coconut, for example, they do take 4 months to mature. So 10 years for your green stage, 4 months from there golden, 4 months from there brown.
And you?
Yeah, 10 years.
Who picks them?
Whoever wants the job.
Yeah.
And at the top of every coconut, there should be 3 dots or spores that's covered by fibers like that. One of the 3 spores is soft like meat, and the fibers act as a cushion for the sprout that will come out from that spore. And some people say the 3 dots resemble a monkey's face or an eel's face. The mouth or biggest hole is the softest, and to get to the water on the inside, all you gotta do is come to that big hole with the ice pick or a screwdriver, and it should go right through. Or even a nail if you don't have one. It's the liquid is water, not milk, so it should be clear, not cloudy. Many people mistake the water for the milk and they drink it when it's cloudy or rocky.
Why do they call it coconut milk?
They don't call it milk. The milk is extracted from the meat, which is inside. That's the water.
So if your water is white or cloudy, it is fermented. Do not drink your fermented coconut water, because if you do, you could experience a very strong laxative. This water is pretty clear. I'm going to be coming around with it. You can see it. You don't want your clothing to come in contact with coconut water. They will stain it for life. There is no detergent in the world that could get out of coconut water. So this water is very clear. It's good for drinking, obviously not through this pan.
There we go. And then just follow around the line. Follow the seam right around. It should give you
Get that all over.
And that's the meat. Now to get it out, all you gotta do is dig it out with a knife or a butter knife, and it should come out. If it doesn't come out, you can put it in a microwave oven for 6-second intervals till the meat shrinks up and pops out of the shell. Any questions, folks? If there's no question, you guys say we're back on the chat. This concludes our coconut husking. Thank you.
Okay, folks, at this time, if you feel that our tram is overcrowded, you can hop right over to the next tram if you'd like. Okay. Here we go with our second crop, which is the coffee. Continuing on with our 5 to 10 times trees, usually throughout over the months of September through December. A good handpicker can handpick 300 pounds of coffee cherries in a day, and the average age of a coffee picker in Kona is 65 years old. All of these coffee trees were transplanted from the Kona coast, home of that famous Kona coffee. Here we do package and process our very own coffee under the name of Maui Blend. At the center of the deal, bougainvilleas do not take much water, and they will need at least 60 to 70 degrees all year round to grow. Which are the Hong Kong orchid flowers. These flowers were named the floral emblem of Hong Kong City in 1809. Here they are planted in our fields to add a lush of purple throughout our flowering trees. Moving along here to our right and left to come upon it. Therefore, our fields are always replanted at regular intervals so that the best fruit goes to the market. There are actually 45 different species of the papayas growing throughout the world. Here we do feature the especially red Hawaiian solo papayas, which are small, firm, and consistent in flavor and texture. Yeah. These papaya plants seen here in our premises are considered to be hermaphrodites. Hermaphrodites will consist of both male and female flowering body parts, thus making them self-pollinating. Plants are less susceptible to wind damage and disease. Located here to your left are the apple banana plants. Apple banana plants could grow up to 18 feet in height when they do mature. Unlike an apple bananas do not brown or oxidize like regular dessert bananas. These bananas will measure 3 to 5 inches in length, having a sweet flavor. They may sometimes be referred to as a sugar or finger banana. They begin to bear fruit when they are 4 to 8 years of age. They continue to bear fruit for the next 25 years. Avocados are high in carbohydrates, vitamins, and proteins. They will also grow to 60 feet in height naturally. Therefore, pruning is done at this orchard to control the height, making harvesting easier. Mangoes usually take the shape of a kidney, growing to a size slightly bigger than an apple. They ripen in many colors, some maroon, yellow, orange, and red. They have a delicious spicy taste and is enjoyed right off the tree as a mango bread, a chutney, or the local favorite, a green pickled mango. Mango's best season will run from March to October. These trees are related to the cashew family and could grow to heights of 75 feet, which is as tall as our windmill coming up to the right between of our mango trees. Height, here we do have the Vermont and NW.Ohahu varieties. When the tree ripens, they resemble a lemon in size, shape, and color. Flesh inside is pink with many hard seeds like that of a tomato, and its texture will be grainy like that of a pear. As a raw food, guava possesses iron, calcium, phosphorus, and 5 times more vitamin C than an orange, making it a very popular competitor. It's the most shortest and the most spectacular growth history of all. It was discovered by 2 botanists who gave us the name macadamia after their philosopher friend, John McAdam. Macadamia nut trees were not first discovered until the early 1800s in Australia, and the macadamia nut industry really didn't take off until just over 50 years ago when George Dennison invented the macadamia nut husker. The macadamia nut husk is 1/4 of an inch thick. It will take 300 pounds of pressure per square inch to crack it open, and it's not that easy to do so without crushing the nut on the inside. It also takes almost 11 years for a macadamia nut tree to bear its very first viable commercial crop. That is why it is so relatively scarce and so costly throughout the world. Each tree will produce just 1 crop per year, usually from the months of September through December. Now, macadamia nut tree first bears a cream-colored blossom called the raceme, which will look like a baby's bottle brush or a tassel. Out of each raceme stem will come thousands of little tiny white flowers. Each flower represents the macadamia nut when all their petals fall down. One raceme stem could hold as many as 100 macadamia nuts on them, to as little as 2. It just depends whether or not Mother Nature takes its course. Although whatever macadamia nuts do remain on the raceme stem, they stay there on the tree to mature. Eventually, they will fall to the ground, and then they will be swept up by hand or by machinery, then taken to the factory for further processing. Macadamia nuts will find their way back to raw, lightly salted, chocolate-covered, or cooked in coconut oil. As we slowly make this bend, please focus your attention to the right, to the beautiful West Line Mountains, and center to the majestic, beautiful Waikapu Valley. As translated by Mary Kavena Pukui, a well-known Hawaiian scholar, Waikapu Valley...
Another wave now. Give me another wave. Bye. Thank you very much.
from the amount of rainfall we've been having lately, and as it seeps through the island, they are hitting the hot stone. And we have what is known as a natural steam vent. I'm going to let you all get out there for about 5 minutes. Feel the steam vent. And this is how we're going to disembark this motor coach. We're going to start from the front first. We're going on the right side.
These are the steam vents which prevent the volcano from blowing. Relieves the pressure.
He was a crater. Now as the magma fills up in this crater, this reservoir will kind of act like a balloon. It will inflate. That means it will start to fill. And over the years, most of the eruption takes place here in this crater. So as this reservoir fills, magma will make its way to the top and your eruption will be here. But as of 1983, the magma fallen away and broke out along the southwest end. That's that little off to the road. I would show you that crater. It's more southwest right now. From us is about 8 miles away. Now what is happening, this reservoir has been draining for 13 years. This floor sits above there like a dome. You guys follow me so far? Yeah. Now when we take a quake or an earthquake right now, this dome may collapse and fall.
Oh, thanks. Thanks a lot.
I'm only sharing with you the facts. If you look over to the side, tell me how many terraces you see. Count the terrace. That's letting you know over the years, over the 75 million years, this crater has collapsed over the years. Why? Because this reservoir is not filled up enough to hold this dome up there or to add filling to it. So it's just hanging up there. So if this island takes a quake, there is a possibility of what? It collapsing and falling in. But our geologists are 98% correct when they predict an eruption. That means in 1982, if you look across way back there, you see a kind of little shiny flat background. You see that? And that eruption took place in 1982, and it was predicted by our geologists where the magma was coming from. Federal government took this land from the Kapapala ranch. That means Kapapala sold it to them. Well, they relocated the ranch area out in that side, and that is your beautiful grazing land. Kapapala Ranch today is starting to add to their, they will crack this plate open, and this island leans over towards the south. For remember the story of the great warrior Aloah that wanted to go to war with Kamehameha. He marched all his army, over 2,000 men, from the south end to do battle with Kamehameha in Hilo. As they crossed the volcanoes, the crack opened up, lava flied up in the air, killed 2/3 of Aloah's army. And this is when the message got out that the goddess Pele is taking the sides of King Kamehameha. Oxidization taking place. Again, minerals of iron. Then if you look a little lower, you have the grayish look, you have your aluminum dioxide. All of this came from the bottom of the ocean. The next question you're going to ask Cousin Leo, since they have so much minerals, why aren't anything growing here? Now what we're about to see is all your steam, which is combined with your sulfuric toxic gases, which does not allow plant life to do well. But again, as long as there's water to reduce the toxic in the ground, vegetation will grow. We're looking at the 1974 lava flow. Again, what is the name of this type of lava flow over here to the right? Come on, family, I gave you the scientific name. It's a Hawaiian name. The smooth lava flow is called very good, my friend. I heard what you just said. Pa, hoi, hoi. Remember this. It's going to be part of your Jeopardy question at the end of the tour. And then we're going to travel further up here and step out at the 19... crack right here, and we can call this plate right here Oregon, and then here is San Francisco. You guys follow me? Then the next one's gonna be Los Angeles, then San Diego. Now, this plate is just like a puzzle, and every time there's an earthquake, they call it settling of a plate, right? What causes this plate to That is the dropping of the island's crust. If you look in the far background, you see lava. Okay, this thing erupted right here to the left back in 1976. Lava crossed the roadway, went back into the Keanakakoi, also rode down the hill. And this was also predicted by our geologists. Water of life, it will grow.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now let's look on the ground right here. Let's see if you can see the lichen. Family will take us to what is known as Lauren Thurston lava. Remember I told you, islands will have what is known as a surface flow. Islands will also have what is known as a hidden flow. Remember earlier we were up at the museum and I told you to look over the side and see how many terraces there were? Now, according to Dr. Jagger, this crater was filled with lava to its brim.
Fern.
Now,
How about, man, you put me on the end of the picture and the ferns on the other. Yeah. Very good. Are there any questions pertaining to macadamia nuts?
when the machines go along and pick up the nuts, how do they separate them from the rocks?
Well, that is a very good question. Listen to this question, pal.
entering Kona. Beautiful sunrise. Good morning. Isn't that beautiful? Sunrise. She made it. She made it. She made it. Hi there. How are you doing? You taking your pills?
No, because I thought we just to be sure, but this is the worst part.
Okay. This is leaving the SS.Independence to go ashore at Kona.
Same with the Dec4 building right on the pier to greet you, and just look for the body lifeboat and go right over to them. Those of you taking the deep sea deluxe fishing today, you'll find your fishing represented up to the left and a gentleman on the pier with a sign for Captain Zodiac's snorkel. For those of you wanting to rent a car today, Avis will be on the pier shuttling about every 20-25 minutes or so. They'll be on the pier as soon as we arrive. Now, just so you all know, this launch goes over to shore every hour on the hour, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Then the launch will be returning back over to the ship every hour on the half. So you'll find that always on the half, 1:30, 2:30, 3:30, and so on. The last launch of the day, please make a note of this last launch of the day from the shore back out to the shore. It's just right there. As soon as you step off from the pier, you'll find the whole town, about 9 blocks total. The beach is to the left of the pier, so everything is all within walking distance today, okay? Once again, all of you, you'll find your tour vendors, representatives right on the pier, and I'll be on the pier if anyone needs.
Hello, did you sail on SS.Independence? Did you enjoy your trip? Very good. Now, do you know what you're sailing on? A barge. nice. Oh, you're dancing really nice. Hello, can you dance?
Behind this bougainvillea plant belongs to Mrs. Helen Watts. She is the heir for the Coca-Cola fortune. Her property tax is only $35,000 a year. Then Governor John Adams Puakili. You see, the missionaries arrived here on April 4, 1820. If you look straight ahead, 1130, that's the Mokuakawa Church, celebrating the 176th year, the first Hawaiian Christian church. Again, if you look on our left, Marty's Steakhouse right here at 9 o'clock. You heard of Richard Boone, Have Gun Will Travel, Paladin. There's Richard Boone right there on the right there. That particular bar there, this particular tree in the back of this coconut tree at about 9:30, the big tree, that's the, what do we call the sausage tree. It's a native of Africa. The fruit is not edible, but they use the skin of the sausage for asthmatic victims. On the right are the famous ABC stores here. That's our first hotel in this area, 1929, the Kona Inn. In 1971, Uncle Billy and two partners purchased this Kona. The reason we call it a monkey pod right here is because, as you can see, when they cut the branches off, it leaves a shape of a monkey ear. On the right, that's the plumeria. 80% today of the plumeria flower is consisted of the leaves that we make today. Here's another plumeria on the left. Again, looking towards the left, the faded rooftop, 1994, Kailua Clef. This particular church appearing on the left, Pink Church, the first Catholic church in the islands here. St. Michael's, established in 1840, completed in 1851. We're going to be visiting the St. Benedict's. Anybody from Westlake Village, Los Angeles, California area?